Hello friends, I am Dr. Manish Chakravarti from St. Kesarimal Porwal College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Kamti. Today we shall discuss a well-known poem, The Bird Sanctuary by Sarojini Naidu. In her poems, Sarojini Naidu displays a wide range of feelings towards the natural world, the sense of wonder of a child, ecstasy of youth, and pensive feelings of old age. She loves nature for its own sake, its fascinating colors, sweet fragrance, and enchanting melodies. A large number of Sarojini's poems deal with the problems of life and death. She is conscious of the pain of life and the inevitability of death, and hence a note of melancholy runs through many of her lyrics. But she bravely accepts the challenges of fate and is determined to enjoy her life in spite of sorrow and suffering. Despite an undercurrent of melancholy and pessimism, her poetry is optimistic. Let us read her poem, The Bird Sanctuary, in detail. In your quiet garden wakes a magic tumult of winged choristers that keep the festival of dawn. Blithely rise the carols in richly cadenced rapture from lyric throats of amber, of ebony and fawn, the bulbul and the oriole, the honey bird and shama, flit among high boughs that drip with nectar and with dew. Upon the grass, the wandering gull parades its sea washed silver, the hoopoe and the kingfisher their bronze and sapphire blue. Wild grey pigeons, dreaming of a home amid the treetops, fill their beaks with silken down and slender banyan twigs. But the jade green gypsy parrots are only gay marauders and pause upon their sunward flight to plunder red ripe figs. In your gracious garden there is joy and fostering freedom, nesting place and singing space for every feathered thing. O master of the birds, grant sanctuary and shelter also to a homing bird that bears a broken wing. Now let me explain this poem in the following manner. In the poem The Bird Sanctuary, Sarojini Naidu evokes the delightful imagery of different kinds of birds living happily in a sanctuary. There are birds of varying colors, from amber and ebony to jade green and sapphire blue. These birds stay and enjoy the protection of God in the enchanting garden. The beautiful birds are decked up in enchanting colors and produce melodious music. The poet portrays the bird sanctuary as a gracious and generous place where all kinds of birds live freely and joyfully. Small birds like the bulbul, oriole, honeybird, and shama all sing in unison while flitting about among the tall branches brimming with nectar and dew. The gull wanders on the grassland, displaying its sea washed silver feathers. The hoopoe and the kingfisher exhibit their bronze and sapphire blue feathers. The wild grey pigeons, in the process of building a home among the treetops, carry soft silken feathers and slender banyan twigs in their beaks. The parrots are green like the jade and are perpetually on the move. They are a merry lot. However, they are described as marauders in search of things to steal. They invariably plunder the red ripe figs during their numerous flights. The poet ends the poem with a prayer to God, asking him to grant shelter to a homing bird with a broken wing. This beautiful poem is an allegory, alluding to a safe place in nature where all kinds of people can live freely and happily. An allegory is a story with two levels of meaning. First, there's the surface of the story. The symbolic meaning of an allegory can be political or religious, historical or philosophical. Allegories are kind of massive metaphors, but they usually come in narrative form. That is, They are told through stories. For example, Animal Farm, written by George Orwell, is an allegory that uses animals on a farm to describe the overthrow of the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas II, and the communist revolution of Russia before World War One. The actions of the animals on the farm are used to expose the greed and corruption of the revolution. The animals on the farm represent different sections of Russian society after the revolution. Similarly, the different birds in this garden symbolize the diversity of mankind in this world. The poem is addressed to God, the master of the birds. This prayer to God, asking for shelter for a homing bird with broken wings, is in fact the poet's prayer for herself. Towards the end of her tumultuous life, she longs for a resting place and solace from her pain, and prays to God to provide her shelter in his sanctuary. Hummingbird refers to a bird that is trained to return to its home after a journey. The poet compares herself to such a bird and fervently appeals to God to grant her shelter or sanctuary in the way he gives joy and freedom to all the myriad birds. Her broken wing refers to the ill health that troubled her in her later years. With this, I conclude my explanation of the poem. Thanks for watching.